I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God, and joy is our destiny. I am the love of a giving God. Spirit moves through me. You are the love of a giving God, and peace is our destiny. I'm traveling through eternity, unraveling in my humanity. The darkest night and the deepest pain bring me back to myself again. I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God, and joy is our destiny. I'm traveling through eternity, unraveling in my humanity. The darkest night and the deepest pain bring me back to myself again and again and again and again. We forget, then we remember. We forget, then we remember. We forget, then we remember the truth of who we really are. I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God, and joy is our destiny, and peace is our destiny, and love is our ecstasy.
Let us take this opportunity of connecting through our minds and hearts by way of live streaming this morning for our opening prayer. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for this beautiful day. Thank you for the presence, the energy of love that fills this space and fills our world. Thank you, God, for all those who have gone before us, those who have kept the faith, those who would take the time to be still and know that you are God. We are grateful for your omnipresence. We're grateful for your love. And we're grateful today for this opportunity of connecting with our Unity families all over the world. We're truly blessed and grateful, and so it is. Amen. Top of the morning, dear ones, and I'm so grateful for all of our team that is present this morning and for all of those who are joining us by way of live streaming. We're all getting very creative. We're all learning and growing and expanding. And I thank you today for joining us. I imagine you're out there having your coffee, you're in your PJs. You might get used to this. So thank you today for being with us. And this morning, as our platform assistant, Sam will come forward and to share the happenings for this week. Sam?
Good morning. I am Sam, and I'm your platform assistant this morning. So we want to start with our affirmation for our new minister, which hopefully you all got a magnet last week and are having it on your fridge and affirming that every time you go to the fridge. But if not, here we go together. With clarity, focus, and ease, we are attracting our next magnificent minister. Let's say that one more time. You all say it with me this time. With clarity, focus, and ease, we are attracting our next magnificent minister. I had a chance to say hi to John, the president of the board, this morning, and he said there are applicants, and they are reviewing them, and we're trying to figure out who we want to invite and when they can come, but we need to be here together to interview those folks. So just keep holding that affirmation as we keep working through this process together. Along with that, we're continuing to collect funds so that we'll have the money to bring them in when we're ready for them to come in and interview with us. And so if you want to contribute to that fund goes into the Easter eggs, which are going into the basket, which you can't see right now. But it's beginning to fill up, but we need to continue to focus on that. So consider contributing to that fund so when we're ready, we can bring those applicants in. Classes are still going to go on. They're going to go on a little differently. Instead of meeting here on the campus because of the current conditions, we're going to go online with those as well. So the Keys to the Kingdom class that Christina is teaching is going to continue to be on Thursdays at 10:30 via Zoom. Okay? So if you need help with that, text or email either Christina or Ellen, and we will help you get the instructions and figure out how to be able to join us on that. The Quest online class is continuing with Ellen. She was already teaching that online, so hopefully you've already made that connection. It's open to anyone, so if some of you want to join, you're welcome to join that, and again, it will be via Zoom. There's going to be a class with Ellen. She's going to be offering a prayer practice, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. So if you want to know more about prayer practice and join in practicing and experiencing that prayer, look for her at 7 p.m. again, I believe, on Zoom. Reverend Carr is going to be starting a new class starting March 31st. It's called Practicing the Principles. Additionally, Reverend Carr will be available Thursdays for spiritual counseling and coaching. So if you need to connect with her and have some coaching or some counseling, you need to text her or email her with the time that you would, a couple of times, and then she will get back with you and set up that appointment. That would be by phone or by Zoom. Okay? But she is going to be available. So if you need that, she is providing that way. And then we're going to continue to plan and meet as a team. We're going to continue to have classes that are in the planning. And so we don't want to lose touch in this time. There's just going to be a different way to do that. If you're having questions or concerns about technology, I know I'm not very techie, but I'm learning to be. So this is an opportunity for all of us. Just call the office. Debbie has short hours, but she is there, and she will put somebody in touch with you so we could get you connected. Because we want you to have the help that you need to get connected to these classes and to us. So I believe that that's all the announcements. Do you have anything else? Okay. All right. So let's, so we still have prayer. You can get that, like I just said, through Carla will be available for those times, and then Ellen's going to have that as well. But let's just affirm our prayer because we are still a community of prayer, and we believe in prayer. So let's affirm together. All is well, for it is on earth as it is in the kingdom of heaven. And let us do, I believe the next thing is the oneness affirmation. Is that correct? Yes. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. We get a chance to practice that because we're not here with each other, but we're still here with each other, just like God is always with us. All right, I think we're going to have a song now. Thank goodness Elaine is here with us.
Grateful to be here. I love working with Brad and Christina and Carla, and I'll be back next week. So I know Christina's going to talk on the subject of I am, and I have a song called I Am, and there's a lot of I amness happening this morning. So this one goes like this. I am the ocean. I am the sea. I know the greatest power lives within me. Now here's your part. I am, 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 I am the lover, I am the us now. I am. 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 I am the mountains. I am the land. I know the greatest power flows through my hands. Let's hear ya. I am. 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 I am the ocean. I am the sea. Here we go. I am the ocean. I know the greatest power lives within me. I know the greatest power lives within me. I am the lover. I am the love. I am the lover. I am the love. And the greatest power within, below, and above. I know the greatest power within, below, and above. Let me hear you. I am. 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 I am the mountains. I am the land. I am the mountains. I know the greatest power flows to my hands. I know the greatest power flows through my hands. We're going to do that line again. I know the greatest power flows through my hands, is at my command. I know the greatest power is at my command. Yeah. Good job, everybody. Yay.
Okay, thank you, Elaine.
My pleasure.
You always have the best songs. I love them. Okay, I went through those announcements really quickly. I'm not going to go through them all again, but I want to affirm that classes are continuing. They're just continuing streaming. So you need to get in touch with the teacher that's teaching that class if you have any questions about that or how to connect with that. So the Keys of the Kingdom is continuing. Quest is continuing. Alan is starting a prayer practice training, or prayer practice, and so that'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. And then Carla's going to be starting a new class on the 31st. So look for those. Go to the website, look at the Facebook page, or, as always, call or text one of us to get more information. Don't lose touch with us. Don't be discouraged if you're not very techie and you haven't done it before. We're all learning, and it's a learning curve, and we're going to help you through that. So call and get some help so you can be in the classes and continue to work with us. All right. So at this point, I think we're going to ask Jan to come up, and Jan is going to do the readings today.
Good morning. I would like to share the readings and quotations today. I am two of the most powerful words, for what you put them after shape your reality. Unknown. True intelligence operates silently. Stillness is where creativity and solutions to problems are found. Eckhart Tolle. In the space between your thoughts, there is your truth. Reuben Lowe. The body benefits from movement, and the mind benefits from stillness. Se Yang Mafam.
Sometimes when we just stand still, grace finds us. Mary Davis. There is nothing as certain as silence, stillness, and solitude to introduce you to the secrets of yourself. Guy Finley. In stillness lives wisdom. In quiet, you'll find peace. In solitude, you'll remember yourself. Raman Sharma. Sometimes fighting that quiet stillness within us is our highest and greatest aspiration, unknown. And finally, I am grateful for what I am and have. My thanksgiving is perpetual. Henry David Thoreau.
Okay, we're moving right along, aren't we?
We're moving right along.
So here's our special music.
This is special music, but I'm going to invite everybody to sing along, and the words are, I am that I am. I am that I am. Everything is a reflection of us. It goes like this. I am that I am. 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 And again. I am that I am. 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 Universal forces are here at my command. The universal source is offering its hand. I am that I am. Yeah. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And again. I am that I am. 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 My intentions are calling in the highest and the best. My attention is centered on the ways that I've been blessed. I am that I am. 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 One more go around. I am that I am. 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 And so it is.
Thank you, Elaine. That was beautiful. I want to share with you today as we begin our lesson in Psalm 46. It starts out, God is our refuge and strength, a present help in time of trouble or in time of need. And as these verses continue, we come to verse 10. And the way it's written, it sounds as if God is directly speaking to us. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. We might say in today's world that is a tall order, because everywhere we are, it seems that we hear noise from the outside, and if not from the outside, from the inside. I want to share with you these words that were written on the wall of a concentration camp. I believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. I believe in love, even when I feel it not. I believe in God, even when God is silent. When things are different in our life and in our world, it causes us to dig deep, and it causes us to go back to our foundation, to the truth that we know, that God is everywhere present, that God is always there, and God is always with us when everything is absolutely wonderful, and when things are changing, when there appears to be an uncertainty going on. And perhaps everything and every experience we've had so far has prepared us for change. We love everything the same, don't we? We like to feel that comfortability. And sometimes when things start moving and changing, and almost like we're in the sand and the sand is shifting, as we go deep inside, we realize that within us we have the I am presence. When we go back to the Old Testament, and Moses was afraid, Moses was embarking on new territory. He did not know he didn't think he knew how to lead the children of Israel. He didn't feel equipped for the job. But when people are called, and every person is called and have a divine purpose in some areas. And he was afraid, and he said, God, who shall I say sent me? He said, say that I am sent you. The I am presence of God that is present within you this very moment. So it's a recognition within ourselves that we go back to the truth. We go back to the unchanging. And when everything else in our world is different, God is the same. Yesterday, today, and forever. And maybe every life experience has called us to this moment. And perhaps we didn't see it at the time. I want to take you back to the 1980s for a moment. Now, all of you may not remember that time, but a few of you might. I was so intrigued with the metaphysical meaning of the Karate Kid. And here we see this young kid, I want to learn karate, I want to learn karate. And Mr. Miyagi, he was just very quiet, peaceful. He didn't want to take him on as a student. But Daniel was very persistent. And Mr. Miyagi took him on as a student, and he had him doing 3 different things. So one day he had him sanding the floor. Another day he had him waxing the car. He had him painting the fence. And with each passing day, Daniel got exasperated. I came here to learn karate. I didn't come here to do all of these things. And Mr. Miyagi, in his wisdom, he said, I have been teaching you karate all along. So every life experience that we've had tremendous celebrations. We've had times of sadness. We've had times of storms. We've had times of transitions in our individual lives. But I do feel that with any challenge that we have faced in the past or in the present, that we are fully equipped, because we have seen in the past how that the I am presence, through divine guidance, through prayer, through meditation, through sitting in silence, that we felt the strength of God welling up within us to assist us and empower us as we move through whatever the situation is. And in going back to the Daniel story, Daniel was learning everything that he needed to learn to do karate. And as we know, he became quite a champion at it along the way. We, each day, remembering our foundation, remembering God's presence. How do we be still? Taking a breath, relaxing our minds and our bodies, and begin to turn within to that place of stillness within ourselves. The time that follows the stillness, I find to be such a time of ripeness for new thoughts and new ideas to emerge from within us. Things that maybe we had never thought of before. It just seems to come up. Whatever we need, when we need it, we find it. And we're all having the opportunity of doing new things, of coming together in new ways, of trying on new recipes and getting very creative. Jesus had been teaching, and he wanted to go away for a while. So he and the disciples took off in the boat. And he was resting, fell asleep when a big storm arose. The disciples were very fearful. Now, they had been with Jesus many, many times. They had witnessed many miracles. But in this instant, when they were faced with a personal storm, they felt very threatened. They forgot who they were. They went down to awaken Jesus and say, "Wake up. Don't you care that we perish?" And as Jesus came up, he shouted out, "Peace, be still. Peace, be still." And it calmed the storm. It's our story. It's truly our story. Our opportunity of saying, "Peace, be still." We're hearing many things, many words, many different news feeds coming in all directions. We can say, "Peace, be still." We all want to use our wisdom. We want to use good judgment. And we want to remain very prayerful as we are moving through this experience. We have seen through every century there have been major opportunities for new things to be created and brought on the scene. One of my teachers at Unity Village, Ed Rabel, he talked about this in one of our lessons. And he said, whatever arises, the consciousness of humanity rises to meet it. Solutions are found, and we move on beyond it. This life is about forward movement. All of us have the opportunity of saying with our own personal storms of life and collectively, peace, be still. And the opportunity of knowing that the I am presence is alive within us all, everywhere present, all over the world at the same time. God is our refuge and our strength. As we take a look in the Old Testament, we almost see a kind of a reverse here. As you well know, little Samuel was dedicated to God when he was born, and his mother took him to the temple to be with Eli. And as he continued to grow, Eli, he was hearing something one night, and he goes in. Samuel went in to Eli, and he said, "Did you call me?" He said, "No, I didn't call you. Go lay back down and go to sleep." And he lays back down, and he hears somebody calling him again. And he goes back to Eli. He said, "Did you call me? I heard you call me." He said, "No. Go lay down and say, 'Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth.' Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth." For us, sometimes when we hear and feel impressions within ourselves, it's a time to listen for our message, to listen for what action we need to take, where we need to go, who we need to call, how we need to show up in the world and assist one another, especially during this time. There was a gentleman who was a engineer, technological engineer, and his company was sending him out to Boise, Idaho. And he had arrived a little early, and he decided he'd take a walk around, and there was a courtyard there, and he was just walking around and enjoying this town. And there was a lady that was walking along too, and she just started a casual conversation. It's a beautiful day. And then she begins to tell him a story. Now, keep in mind, and he was an engineer, and, he wanted the bottom line. But she's sharing the story about how her car had been hit by a hit-and-run driver. And her child was in the back of the car, and the door was bent, and she was not able to get her child out of the car. And she said, in that instant, she said, a man appeared and opened the door. And she said, I got in and got my child, and I was hugging the child, and I turned to thank the gentleman who had helped us. She said he was not there. He had disappeared. She said there was no car. There were no trees in the area. It was very flat in that area. And she said she's sharing this with this total stranger, that she knew that God had sent someone to assist at that time and place. Maybe you have had an experience of an angel coming at the right time when you need it. We probably all have had some of those times in our lives. And she was sharing this with this total stranger, and he's thinking, why is she telling me this? And so he said, well, he needed to move on and get to his meeting, and he went on. And he went back home after going to Boise, Idaho, and he told his wife about the story. it really got him thinking, are there another power within myself and within our world, a spiritual power, the power of God? And he and his wife decided to take a little vacation out to Sedona, Arizona. And he got up early one morning to take a little hike while his wife was resting. And he was going along this hike, and it got steeper and steeper and steeper. And he was falling. And he grabbed on to this little, small limb of a tree growing out of the rock. And he was just hanging onto it. And he begins to think of this story, and he begins to ask, if there is a God, I need help. And just this smallest of a tree, he was able to pull himself up in that instant. And his life was changed because it got him thinking about something deeper. He always wanted proof of everything. He said he could not think about anything that he couldn't have proof for. And his life began to change, took a whole new turn. Sometimes we can have life experiences that can change us, dramatically. The way we look at ourselves, the way that we see our world, and the changes that we're facing now. That's the opportunity that we have. That we can look at this with gratitude. I read this week about the ritual of washing our hands, of seeing the hand washing as a very sacred ritual. And as we're washing our hands, to be so grateful for all that our hands help us and allow us to do each and every day. To never take anything for granted in our lives. That to tell the people that we love, to tell them every day, and maybe many times every day, that we love them, that we're grateful for their presence in our lives. It awakens us to new levels when everything changes and when everything is changing for the entire world. Simultaneously, we're all in this together. Listen inside every single day and ask, what is my role this day? What can I do? How can I be of service? The I am present within you will speak in that still small voice when we are quiet. When we're in the busyness of life, it's always there, but we can't hear it when we're busy. Some people say, well, it's very hard for them to meditate. You can go out and take a silent walk and communicate with the God of your being. You can sit and watch the sunrise. And the sunrise, it's changing every second. Beautiful colors of golds and pinks and orange. And it will be at the peak for maybe just for seconds. I love seeing that every morning. I feel that God is painting a wonderful picture for us, a new picture every single day. But in watching the sunrise, it pulls us into the present moment. We see the beauty that surrounds us. Looking at the water is another way that can create that stillness looking at the flame of a candle, finding the way that is right and perfect for you to feel that wonderful connection with the God of your being. God is always there, a present help in times of joy, in times of fun, in times of laughter, in times of challenge. And it's the greatest time for us to remember that God is always there. So when distractions come, it only takes a moment to remember who you are and who God is in you. Be still and know that I am God. Remember it as we're moving through these times of change. And so it is. And I invite you now just to relax mind and body and begin to turn within. And I want to share with you the words of Frank Whitney. I am that with you that lives. I am that with you that moves. I am that with you that shines. I am the Christ. I am that with you that's lovely. I am that with you that is unafraid. I am that that's enduring. I am the Christ. I am that with you that's divine. I am that with you that is holy. I am that with you that's God. I am the Christ. And in this sacred time, just feel enveloped with God's love. Feel the love for yourself. Feel the love for your family, for your friends, for your neighbors, and for our world family. Feel the compassion. Feel kindness. And as you allow and see that love circulating, it is that love that transforms. It is that love that heals. It is that love that restores. We thank you, God, for the knowing that you're always there as our strength, as our comfort, for knowing that we are never alone. We're so grateful for every opportunity in the past that we've had to learn, to grow, and to expand. We know that life is about growth, about forward movement. And God, we know that you are our source of all good in every area of our lives. There is no fear. There is no anxiousness. There is no concern. Because, God, we are all here now. And you've been with us from the beginning. You said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. And we're so grateful today for that knowingness. And each of us allow your light to shine on the inside and out into the world. And I want to, as you still have your eyes closed, I want to share with you a poem that was written by one of our members. And it's entitled Listening to the Stillness. And this was written by our own Emily Lube. Put down your books, walk in the woods, hear the silence between the sounds. Silence is not what we create. It's always been there. It's what we enter. Silence can live without speech. Speech cannot live without silence. Learn to listen to the silence. It's everywhere. Don't you hear it now? Rest now in the silence. Thank you, God, for the beauty of silence. And when it is comfortable, just open your eyes, feeling renewed and refreshed, and join in to sing the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You give us this day our daily bread. You forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. You lead us not in temptation. You deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Thank you, Elaine. That was beautiful. We have a unique opportunity for all of you that are with us today by live streaming. We thank you for all of those who are sharing of your tithes, your talents, your treasures with us. And we know everything that we give out comes back multiplied many times. That is not our reason for giving, but it is how the universe works. As we give, so shall we receive. Those who are watching today by live streaming, you can push donate and be able to donate at your computer. Or if you wish to mail a check into Unity, you may do so as well, Unity of Fort Myers. So at this time, Elaine is going to sing for us.
We're going to sing. It's called The Power Lies in the I Am. It goes like this. The power lies in the I am. The power relies on the I am. This hour and minute now I am. I am that I am. And again, the power lies in the I am. The power relies on the I am. This hour and minute now I am. I am that I am. I am that 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 I am. I am that 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 I am. The power lies in the I am. The power relies on the I am. This hour and minute now I am. I am that I am. The power lies in the I am. The power relies on the I am. This hour and minute now I am. I am that I am. I am that 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 I am. I am that 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 I want to thank our team here at Unity today for helping make this possible. I want to thank all of you for sharing in our service. Let's just close our eyes and give thanks for these tithes and love offerings. Dear God, we're so grateful for the kindness, for the generosity of all of our people. We know that each one will be greatly blessed. We know there is no lack in this awesome universe, and we give thanks for the wonderful abundance that is always present. Thank you, God, and so it is.
All right, so we bless these tithes and offerings. Put that back, can you? Do we do the? All right, we're just going to do that. All right, those of you who are here with me, we're going to stand. And I don't know if you want to stand at home or not, but we're going to do our peace song. It's always good for me that think about that. There are Unity churches all over the world, and the peace song goes all over the world on Sunday mornings. So here we go.
Each
God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Strong in faith, steadfast in love, we are ready to receive our good. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Unity Fort Myers. Have a good week.
I think I'll go outside for a while and just smile. Just taking some clean, fresh air for me. Staying inside. If the weather's fine and you got the time, it's your chance to wake up and plan another brand new day. Either way, it's a beautiful morning. Each bird keeps singing his own song. So